just said she wants to get rid of your guns, your health care, oil drilling, and ICE. And 3 months before the election, her campaign puts out a statement that says, nah, she doesn't believe in any of that. What? The first female president is going to be a woman with no principles and no policies? I don't know, guys. Her California sponsor, Willie Brown, is advising Kamala Harris that she ought to embrace her hazy ideological categorization, because if she keeps people continually, then she can adjust.
Look, everybody, I already said, and I'm going to say, Kamala does make accents.
She goes by Mamala.
Mamala. It's the truth. Without Fox News on, I've noticed it, okay? Let me turn this off.
Crime as a prosecutor, but crime...
Look, here's the deal. A lot of people do it. A lot of people, act that way. And you have the right. But it's the truth. I actually, and millions of people like President Trump because he's not presidential. Because he sees through people, because he is just who he is, and said what he said on stage. Everybody's been talking about it anyway. All you have to do is ask somebody, or Alexa or Google, what nationality she is. And people do have freedom of speech to say how they feel.
It is not clear which nationality he is referring
Alexa,
to.
stop. So who's Kamala really?
Trump's doing it in. Black journalists, libertarians. And they're hiding Harris, who suddenly went from the most unpopular VP in history to a cultural phenomenon who doesn't talk to the media. I'm not buying it. You don't hide from journalists who want you to win. She's afraid. They're protecting her. She's not a leader. All this hype online for Harris, we found Democrats paying people $150 cash a post to make Harris look cool. How does Harris paying for clout make you better off? People see through it.
Tell me what appeals to you about Trump.
His business acumen. When Donald Trump was president, we were all doing a lot better financially. He's always been a business icon, so why wouldn't we want that business icon to be president?
And he had this to say about Harris.
I think she hasn't done anything worth mentioning.
What would you have wanted to see Vice President Harris accomplish that she has not?
I would have liked her to kind of bring a calm to the border. The border crisis has gotten out of hand.
In a weird roundabout way, Trump's Kamala ain't black comments are forcing him to bring the campaign back around to issues, to substance, to records. It's what the country wants. Maybe he planted a few seeds with the fake race remark, but people are now curious. Who is Kamala? Not so much about who her mom and dad are. We know her mom's Indian, her dad's Jamaican, and she grew up in Canada.
Why do I have to feel bad for saying that too? Can I ask you that? Why do I have to feel bad when everything's about gender? Okay? It's ridiculous. You got a guy that's in the Olympics punching out a female boxer. Let's do the gender tests and let's just be transparent and honest. That's what I'd like today with everything as far as politics. Okay? God bless you today. Yeah, guess what?
You saw that at yesterday's Black Journalist Convention.
I'm just glad that our Americans are out of Russia and there's more to come.
Over in a few days into the races.
Well, at first I don't know where you're going. But when you sit and look at it, Kamala was invited too and she didn't show. He will go anywhere. And the great thing about President Trump is he's the same person in the front that he is behind. And he'll tell it exactly how he sees it, exactly how he feels it. But I think you raised a very good point. And you raised a point last time I was here, you're saying Biden's going to flip and make Kamala the nominee. You were right then, that they were hiding through how they would do it, like the laptop. And now what we're finding is you're really seeing how she's flip-flopped all the way through. But she's been consistent on one thing. She has had a toxic work environment the entire time she's been a leader. She, in every office. And these are the most liberal people working for her, so they cannot work for her.
Right, the most loyal and liberal people.
That is the one consistency she has been.
When you were in meetings with her in the White House, how did she strike you?
Well, it was interesting. She came late to a few, and the president would start without her, so it told me he didn't really worry about her.
Okay.
She interjected at a few times that you could tell she wasn't keeping up with the meeting, but she was trying to play bad cop. I remember challenging her back at it. Well, if that's the position you want to be. But the thing that concerned me the most is, why didn't she bring people together when she was put in charge of the border? Why didn't she reach out? Why didn't she go to the border agents? Why didn't she go to the border? She went one time. But why didn't she grab people on both sides out and say, come in, I'm in charge, let's see how to solve it. What ideas do you have? He never did.
So I know people, that know her and that knew Joe, and they think Kamala, like, oh, kind of they roll their eyes. But now she's hot. Now everyone's Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. What was the inside scoop on her with Democrats in the House? What did they really think of her?
When I would sit with Democrat members from California, they didn't like her. And they said she didn't work with them, right? Because she was the senator. I said, well, did you work with your senator? She doesn't work with me. But Feinstein would back in the day. But no, she didn't work with them either. It didn't seem that the White House would ever be interested in what she had to say or what position she had to take. And even when it came down to the 4th of July, she only got invited up to the Truman balcony this year when he's about to back out. So it's very.
So that's a big honor when you get invited to the Truman balcony.
Yeah.
Everybody sees you.
Well, Hunter Biden's always there.
Hunter's always. Obviously.
He's rubbing his nose, but he's on. Yeah.
Let's all have a great day, okay? Let's be thankful that
The only reason she's popular now.
hostages are out of that prison, and try to look, like I said, at both sides. I know Kamala's like that. She's like that. It's okay. I grew up on Motown. I would much rather hear some soul music.
He was
But
letting Willie Horton out.
I know my nationality. But the funny thing about it is,
she's worse.
everybody wants to talk about gender. Everybody wants to talk about, what race you are. But then when you bring it up, it's like everybody's mad. So, yeah, I miss the native girl on the butter as well. She was cool.
Observation. I probably shouldn't even tell him that.
I like Aunt Jemima too.
He said when he saw the crowd.
And it's not racist to me.
He said maybe
Even the guy on the
already
oatmeal
gonna
box,
be voting
Quaker,
for Biden. They
all
wouldn't
this
have
stuff,
gone to a
it's just
Biden
getting
rally,
ridiculous.
But they'll go to a Kamala rally
So,
because they had a
am I
rock star
woke?
there and they'll show
No.
up.
Do I
Is
think
she bringing out
nationality
new
and your
voters, or is
bloodline
she just
matters?
bringing out the
Why
kind
not?
of bored Biden
It's okay.
people who are already going to vote Democrat
It's when you're mean
anyway?
about it.
This is
Let's stay
really
nice, okay?
What
Bye
Kamala
now.
always does. When she opens up,
I love
the campaign,
Irish
she opens up really
bagpipes,
strong. When she ran for
Scotland,
president, she
all
had
these
40,000
different
people in
nationalities,
Oakland.
all
People
these
said, "Oh my
different
God, she's raising so
cultures.
much money." She
Bye
was
now.
the one. She didn't even make it to Iowa.